Gorenger!
Hello, and welcome to the Super Sent Guys. Name might not be solid, we don't know. I'm Sent Guy 1, Harry Dobbs.
I'm Sent Guy 2, Adam Lewis.
See, I was really hoping you were going to say Sent Guy Other 1. Because
We're both the number one Sent Guy.
I think genuinely you are, because I've seen probably about 6 episodes of Sentai.
True.
And I watched all of them with you. So I know you've seen them.
How many episodes have I seen? Comparatively to the entire show, right? There are currently 49 seasons. It may be over. As I'm recording this podcast, it might be ending. It might be rebooted. It might be...
It's going to be so funny if they end up 49 and not 50. I will be so proud of them.
But the thing is, for reasons that will become obvious in about 42 episodes' time, it is the 50th team.
Okay. Are we going to have a... I was going to say we're going to have an Alien Rangers situation, but I think we need to accept that there are going to be people listening to this who aren't aware of what a Super Sentai is.
Which is why, I wanted to start by
with that.
explaining a Sentai. So
that you can't pretend that was set up for me to talk. I want to start by explaining something. Over to you.
Over to me.
Yeah.
Power Rangers is a show that you may have heard of. It came out in 1993. Sentai is the show that Power Rangers come from.
Yeah, so, Power Rangers is... And this is a very loose term, an adaptation of Super Sentai.
Yes.
So if you get... So Power Rangers is a group of teenagers become superheroes in costumes, fight monsters get big. That's about all. So all the fight footage in Power Rangers comes from Super Sentai. And all the costumes and, like... Not the stories.
Some depends on the series.
Yeah, but basically in American teens, like, let's just make this about American teenagers, because when they're in suits, you can't tell.
Yeah.
So I have seen quite a lot of Power Rangers. I've seen almost nothing of Super Sentai.
Yes.
That's where I'm coming at this from. You've seen a lot in the sense of, compared to a normal, reasonable person who has maybe seen a series of Power Rangers when they were a child.
Yeah.
Because I like, for this show, I'm meant to be the, like, audience in not knowing much. I still have seen thousands of episodes of Power Rangers. I've seen far too many.
Yeah, so I have seen probably about 10 full seasons of Sentai.
That's kind of less than
ranging
I thought.
From, like, early 2000s to mid-2010s.
Okay.
Because as of recent, I just don't have the time and energy to watch it. Because it comes out... So every Sentai season is about 50 episodes.
Yeah.
It comes out every single week. When the Sentai ends, the next week, the new Sentai begins.
It just keeps rolling.
I can't deal with that. That's too much.
It is like sports a bit. Because, like, sports is always happening. But even then, sports will take a little break. This is like, hey, every week there's just an episode of this forever.
And sure, it's only 20 minutes, but that's... If you, like, drop the ball once, you're 10 episodes behind. It really stockpiles.
And remember, this has been going since, as we're going to discuss, 1975.
Yes.
So every series, we get a whole new cast. I assume this will be the case. A whole new cast, whole new... Basically, the structure stays the same. Everything in the structure changes. Yeah. And that was the same for Power Rangers-ish.
Yeah.
At the start, it wasn't, and then it was. So what we're doing is we're trying to... we're trying to catch up by watching the first and last episode of every series.
Yes. And we're going to fairly rank every single season based on that.
Yeah. We're going to come up with a genuine, definitive ranking of the quality of all of Super Sentai by watching 2 episodes out of 50 of every series. We're still watching 100 episodes. That's just hit me that this is going to be...
Yeah.
Well, no. 98 episodes.
98 episodes. So the thing is, like... So I've seen those 10 Sentai, right?
Yeah.
Ish. I know... It's like, I know the surface... What's the word?
I can't help you here.
I know each Sentai's vibe on the surface.
Okay.
I know their costumes. I know generally the villains, the Megazords and stuff.
Okay.
Do I know any of the story of... Especially, like... Because Power Rangers began adapting Sentai at the 16th season.
Yes.
There were 15 Sentais that happened before Power Rangers even came to air. So
yes.
Do I know what happens in any of those? Absolutely not. Because Power Rangers, I've seen the fight footage. You can work stuff out.
Well, you'd think that you can. I don't know, because basically my favourite thing that will happen in Power Rangers is there will be an episode about how the Blue Ranger needs to get his groove back, but then they use footage of an episode that's about the Yellow Ranger. So then, at the end of the Power Rangers episode, the Blue Ranger goes, "Take it from here, Yellow," and then the Yellow Ranger kills the villain. So all you really get is, in the Japanese footage, this was an episode about whoever the Yellow Ranger is. So I know in Dino Thunder, their Yellow Ranger's gonna really like tennis. Because in Power Rangers she doesn't, but there's a lot of tennis-based footage. This is the first one.
It started April 5th, 1975, which is... can I do my maths here? I was born in 1994. So that was 19 years and 1 day before I was born.
I'm not doing the maths because it's bad.
You're too complicated. You're in March. I can't deal with that.
What year was it? 75? I was born in 2002. So it's 27 years before I was born. But 26 and 11 months or whatever. Because, there's an age gap. I'm going to enjoy when we get to ones that were airing in your life so we can start talking about things you did. And I'm like, I wasn't there yet. I was not around.
Yeah.
So you were born one series into Power Rangers.
Yes.
Okay, that's fun. Because I think that will be a fun thing to get to is when we have they're adapted.
Yes.
Because the first 15, I got no clue. I know nothing. But as well, to be fair, I can't even say that I know stuff about the adapted ones, because I don't even know what genders they are, but the American one just was like, that's clearly a man in a suit, we don't care, cast a woman.
Right.
Just do it, no one will notice. And in fairness, I didn't notice. And now I watch it back, I'm like, well, that's clearly a man.
Like, in Time Force, the Yellow Ranger was changed to be a woman in the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And she is clearly the largest male on that team.
Oh yeah, she's huge.
She is, like, beefy.
And as well, because this was made in Japan, and there'll be some cultural things that come up. The women almost always wear skirts.
Yeah.
So then in the American one, it's like one woman wears a skirt and the other one looks like a man. It's like, what's happening here?
And like, when I tell you, like, he looks so manly.
He's like a buff guy.
Yeah.
So then in the American one, they're like, let's make her have super strength, but she's still like a normal-sized woman. Like, she's still shorter than most of the team. But they're like, no, she's really strong, so when she's a Power Ranger, she's like a muscly guy. So this is 1975. It's so nice to be back. I haven't been here before, but it's nice to go back. Let's give the listeners a kind of feel of what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah, we want to get the vibe. So, in no particular order of importance, we're going to start with big year for serial killers. Ted Bundy and Peter Sutcliffe were really active this year.
Whoa,
both of them.
The big ones.
Yeah.
Oh
I think
my God,
Ted Bundy was like Ted Bundy was a few into his. Peter Sutcliffe had started this year, so real inspiration in the air. End of the Vietnam War, the fall of Saigon.
Yeah, that's
this year.
What a year! 2
of the Black Eyed Peas were born. Will.i.am and Fergie.
That's really... Okay, genuinely, I hate that that's put into perspective how long ago this was. Way more.
Tobey Maguire was born.
Tobey Maguire's the same age as the Black Eyed Peas. That's...
And Pedro Pascal.
Those are not the same... They're not the same age.
So that's like great for...
That's crazy.
Films. Jaws came out.
Yeah, we've gone back... So this show is as old as Jaws.
Yeah.
And has been going every week since then.
Jaws.
This is going to be...
Rocky Horror came out.
Okay. I have seen that. I've also seen Jaws. It's going to be... The more movie talk we do, the more apparent it'll be that I've not gone back for any. I've not watched much.
In terms of music, Mamma Mia. The song, not the musical.
I was thinking that. I'm like, that film was not from 1975. Okay.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
God, this is a good year for media.
Right? I want you to guess 2 things that were patented in 1975.
Do I get any clues? Or do I have to guess anything?
Just guess anything. And this is not like the topic. There were more than 2 things patented in 1975, but I've got a list of 2 things.
You found 2. The vacuum cleaner's been around for a bit by now. I'm looking around the room.
I feel like you could get 1.
The PlayStation 5.
It is on the topic of games.
Atari? No.
No.
Oh.
not games as in like, it's like a physical game.
No.
Like that you hold with your hand.
That's every game.
But not like a game, but like a game. Well, I guess you wouldn't call it a game.
Unlimited
but
games.
It's a game
but
to
no
yourself.
games. What a game? What are you saying to me?
The Rubik's Cube.
A game to yourself. Was that the motto?
Yeah.
Excuse a game. Okay.
So 2 things patented with a Rubik's Cube and dog spectacles.
One of those maybe had more staying power than the other.
Australia got colour TV.
That's right, we're not moving on.
I'm moving up.
Why do they need them?
It specified also just in England the dog spectacles were patented.
Look, I could have guessed. That's a very
Wales,
English
we don't need it.
thing. We were like, sorry, our dogs can see fine.
Australia gets colour TV.
When did everyone else get colour TV?
I don't know, I feel like we were
Were
in
they first
late
or
60s,
last?
right?
Yeah. When's the Doctor Who episode with
Well,
the TVs?
speaking of Doctor Who, Tom Baker's the new Doctor this year.
Okay.
So his first episode was 28th of December, 1974.
Oh, okay, so he's
then-
like just
So
started.
then parts 2, 3, 4 were in 1975. So pretty much 1975 is Tom Baker's year.
Okay.
There was snow in London on June the 2nd.
That's made the cut. That's made
That's
the
insane. Snow. June the 2nd.
Oh, my brain just didn't I was just like, yeah, of course there was snow in London in that year. I didn't... What?
That's summer.
So, to be fair though, London's just not right.
No.
Was it? Well,
shady
maybe it was a
shady.
Tom Baker Doctor Who thing.
Maybe.
It was old-timey London of the 70s. It was snow in June, dude.
And my last thing really is it was the first televised kidney transplant.
Why are they televising?
Why are they and who
And why hadn't they
like a
before?
like a live stream or like an edited cut, you know?
Chat, help me out. Where does it go? I took it out. I don't remember which one's the old one. Okay, so we've now got an idea of what 1975 is. We're now going to play the sex game.
I'm sorry.
We're playing
Okay.
the sex game. We're going to play it every week. What is the ratio of men to women going to be in this team? 1975 is the first one. Do you know?
I know all of these.
You know all of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can also count side characters. Like, are there like any?
So
like,
this will be the starting team, and we can do it again for the final episode.
well, how many women are left?
No, it's more if they've added any. They're not getting rid of them. Yeah, episode 1 there's 5 women and no men, and at the end it's 5 men, no women. They've had a full cast
It's very
rotation.
progressive for 1975. All right,
Yeah, it's the same actors.
they've
It's crazy.
all transitioned.
Yeah, they got
every single one.
Every actor. That's why I call this a sex game. I don't think we're going to have any issues with the difference between sex and gender in this show. I don't think, even in 2025, I don't think that's coming up. So I reckon this is going to be a classic 5-member team.
Mm-hmm.
4 men, 1 woman. I think they're starting off with the 4-1 ratio, but I'm basing this off vibes alone.
Sure. Do you think there'll be any female supporting characters? Like any villains or...
So I don't think there'll be a villain. I think there will be a weirdly... I'm basing this off the one sentence I want. I think it's going to be a weirdly sexual side character.
Look, more often than not... I wouldn't say more often than not. You'd be surprised how many weirdly sexual side characters there are.
Well,
Like
my current
assistant
guess is it's going to be
robot types.
49. Because we have 49
Every
series.
single one.
Has at least one.
There's some coming up that I'm very interested to talk about.
I am very interested. So, the thing we were talking about before we started recording is, this is going to be a really weird show. I don't know how much of the weirdness we're going to just kind of miss by watching one and the last one. Because I think, I'm hoping for this is not a part 1 situation. I'm hoping this is a one-off. I'm excited to see how much of what I think is the formula will already be here.
Yeah.
Of, they get powers. Okay, I'm going to explain the structure I'm expecting. They're going to fight a monster before they're Power Rangers. Then they're going to become Power Rangers. They're going to fight the monster and win. The monster's going to get big. They're going to have the Megazord. I think all of that is going to already exist. And then we're going to have 49 series of no real change or development in structure.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. See, you said that in a you're right or you're the wrongest you can be, and I'm excited.
I couldn't possibly say.
Is there anything you want to do before we just watch it?
I think we should just watch it. I feel like there were more caveats we have to have, but I think
this is episode 1. No one's listening to this. They'll start listening at Mighty Morphing.
Oh, the name of the show. What is the name of this Sentai?
Oh yeah, I don't know what this is called. But also, I like that this will have to be your segment, so I don't have to try and pronounce the names.
I know what it...
remember?
I want to get the translation up more than anything.
Oh yeah, this is fun, because the thing is, they've got really intense names, but because the Japanese people kind of didn't register, and then you translate it like, this is the coolest thing I've ever heard.
So this series is called Himitsu Sentai Gorenger.
Oh, okay, Gorengers is the first one,
Yeah. Himitsu means secret.
Great stuff.
Sentai roughly translates to like squadron or task force.
Okay.
This is like secret squad Gorenger.
So that doesn't have a translation.
It should go.
So it's Secret Squad Go is what we're starting with.
Ranger. But Ranger for this series is spelled with an E. Officially Toei spelled it with an E. Toei being the company that make the show.
Wait, what do you mean? Where's the E? Oh. Because I was like, there is an E in Ranger, but I don't think you pressed that. So R-E, so an E instead of the A.
Yeah, but every other Ranger suffix is an A.
And is
only
that
this series is an E.
A Japanese word, or is that just... Because there's a lot of just American words.
I think they took the word Ranger from the English word Ranger.
Okay.
Like a squad troop, kind of.
So it's Secret Squad Go Squad.
Yes.
Amazing. We're starting so strong.
Like an army ranger, you know, it's like a guy.
Don't make them army. they're superheroes. Should we go?
Let's go.
Let's do
Let's watch
this.
episode 1.
Series 1, episode 1 of... Oh my god, so many. Okay, so we're back, and I think I need to start by formally apologising. Because I said by only watching the first and last, we might miss the weirdness. And no, I reckon we got it. Starting off, loved that. Had such a great time in every way, and I'm thinking of everything, and we're going to have to do it in order.
It's a very, much like the first episode of Power Rangers ever.
Mm.
It does such a good job at just setting up all the beats. It's quite, standard and just these are the people, this is what's happening. It's
such a fuck you, we're going kind of show. You have, at no point is there, time to breathe. It's just right, that's happened, cool, that means this is happening. I don't think it does. Well, it does, it is happening. Shut up and watch it. It's because people say now that, content made for kids is way too... frenetic and fast moving. This is from 75, but it's already the symptoms are there.
That was my first note. Actually, is it fucking starts fast? So
the opening shot is him on a motorbike with explosions behind him, and then it's just Gorenger, and then that's it. You're just watching it now. But I'll be honest, and I'm not proud of this. I'm an adult with a film degree. I found this so hard to follow. This children's TV show. There were so many points I was like, no. I don't. I have no clue. Genuinely, so we tried to watch this quite silently. There was one point where I asked Adam, are you sure this isn't the last one? Because it feels like I'm meant to know what's going on.
Do you want to discuss the opening? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh, so in the opening theme?
The credits.
It's just the 5 of them going around on motorbikes with explosions, and I'm like, hey, that's so what this needs to be. If you can, look up Gorenger opening. You probably can find it, just to give you an idea of what everything looks like. And I think this will be consistent, and probably should be part of our ranking. They're so good at just putting on a song that makes you really want to go. I was so pumped and ready to watch this.
Because, what genre is that song?
It's
It's like a deep-voiced man.
I think the genre is Sentai.
No, what was...
It's such a... It's almost... You'd expect it to be played on a banjo, but it isn't. It's that kind of fast, frenetic banjo music, but with, brass as well. It's so...
It's so specific.
And yeah, there's, a guy singing the lyrics... But it sounds like he's meant to be speaking it, but he's just getting too into it, and he's can't help but sing a bit.
The problem is I've got the ended theme in my head, so I'm trying to remember what the opening...
I think the opening theme was... So it was each colour was what colour the wind was.
Yeah.
I know, 'cause it was like a red sky, and you see the Red Ranger, and it's like, danger is coming, which makes the sky pink, and it's the Pink Ranger. And it's like, and then on the wind is blue, and it's the blue one. It's like... And followed by the strength of a green wind. It was like, no, you've done...
Yeah,
it was so, like, weird. But I don't know... There's going to be a lot of points in this. Like, I don't know if that's weirdly translated or if it's just weird.
That's the problem. Yeah, because the song goes through all the colours, and then at one point it talks about pink cheeks. So like, there's surely there was something else that could be pink.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah, shock twist. It was 4 guys and a woman. And the woman is the pink one. But... In a huge twist, they do the thing where they number them. Woman's 4, not 5.
Is she?
Yeah, she's number 4 because the green one's number 5, which really shocked me because even Power Rangers never does that.
Look, if you set yourself up putting the woman at number 4, the only way is down. And they will go down.
Oh, yes, they will. Yeah, I mean, they start with pink cheeks in the intro. Like, it's not exactly feminist early days. This is... the best start to a TV show I've maybe ever seen. Because from my experience, I was like, cool, we're settling in with some day in the life stuff. You see a bunch of guys playing football.
Oh, wait, before we go into that.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The episode title.
Oh, what was it? I didn't write it down.
The Crimson Sun, the Invincible Gorengers.
See, I enjoy it because that's 2 names.
Yep.
Like,
there's an exclamation mark in that.
And you'll never guess where.
The Crimson Sun! The Invincible Gorengers.
Yeah, that's less exciting. It's really fun to not have an exclamation mark at the end. It's just a powerful choice.
So how do we begin the episode?
Well, we begin with a man in English saying, "Here we go," which I think is beautiful that the first ever Sentai line is that. But then, yeah, it's a bunch of people and they're like playing football on a field. They're in kits, so it's clearly like, this is a football team. And I was like, oh, great, we're going to meet the Rangers. They kick the football, it's taken out of the air by a knife, and then they're all machine gunned to death. And I wish that I was summarising. Because in Power Rangers, I think in the 30 years that show was on, maybe 10 people died.
Yeah.
I think we hit 50 in this episode.
So, yeah, the football lands on the pitch, and it's got this dagger in it, and everyone looks at it, and they're like, oh, fuck, it's the Black Cross Army mark. and then,
no, listener, we haven't skipped a scene.
And when you say gun down, Trev, I'm going to call you Harri at this podcast.
No, I'm like, I like that we 50-50, we don't address it. There's actually 3 hosts.
And when you say gun down, like, you think, like, you know, space age lasers, they're like bad guns. No, like, machine guns. Like, not like...
Like the most, and I'm going to say this, the most Nazi machine guns you can picture from these guys in full black gimp suits.
Yeah, like...
They jump over the wall and just machine gun... Well, they stab some of the football players.
They do stab some of them, yeah.
What I love, they have the great military tactic of the guys with knives run at them, then the guys with machine guns just fire into the crowd. Like, I don't think they do hit any of their own guys, but they're just spraying into the crowd. I was so not prepared for real guns.
I know, right?
Because that
just
does not happen in kids' TV in the UK.
Not even painted with like a little stripe to be like, it's a space gun,
Nope.
it's a special villain gun. The villains are just...
They're Nazis.
Evil.
They are.
They're just Nazis.
They're in full black leather with machine guns. But then, so, I was like, oh, this is how we're going to find out the main character. They kill all but one guy.
Yes.
So, that one guy runs into the... See, again, we're not skipping seats. They're playing football, then a building explodes and the guy goes, oh no, and runs into the building and it's a military HQ. So I guess they're just the military's football team.
Yeah, just having a match.
Just I guess they were playing a different military. I don't know. But then he goes up to the general and the general's dying words
It's
are
like on a console, like fire around him.
oh
like,
yeah.
Like
He's being
arched
machine
over the
gunned,
console, just
yeah.
like, my brother.
Yeah, I forgot it was his brother.
Yeah,
that never comes up again. He says, brother, fight them. Then the villains run back in, machine gun the main guy. And then the narrator's like, that surprise attack from the Black Cross Army, all but one died, and the main guy gets back up. And do you want to explain what happens next?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Oh, it happens 4 more times because it's a team of 5. So the next scene...
Wait, so the man who survived is Tsuyoshi Kaijo.
I have none of their names. He's the red
I'm
one.
looking on Wikipedia
Okay,
because
cool.
I didn't get any of the names either. And that is an Eagle branch. Eagle, all in caps.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because the military group is called Eagle.
Yes. So they are the Eagle football team. And they're all dead. And the commander, all dead, all gunned down, / stabbed.
And no, we don't know what Eagle is at this point.
No.
We don't know who the Black Cross Army are. We know that there's a guy who was playing football and now his brother's dead. That is what we know.
Like 1 minute 23 into the episode.
Yeah, I think that's factoring in the intro. This is so immediate and early. And then we cut to the snow.
We cut to the snow, and it's a lot of people like doing like that mud crawl through the snow.
And it's clearly like we're doing a training exercise. And what do they see?
Grenades!
Grenades! And they're all dead.
They're all dead!
Except for one.
And the narration is like, and yet again, one man survives.
Yeah.
And this guy is called Akira.
He's the blue one?
Yes.
The thing is, it's weird because later on the blue one's kind of a weird loner guy.
Yeah.
That's not set up here. He was with his friends and his friends died, but that happens to, as we'll learn, all 5 of the main characters.
So this is yet another branch of Eagle that have been attacked by the Black Cross Army.
This is Eagle's snow team.
The
after
snowy Eagles.
Team. And then we cut to a bunch of people doing like children's judo lessons. It's really like, it's not martial arts training. It's a bunch of people like kind of flipping
like doing
each other.
defense moves. Just like there's nothing.
You always expect them to be like breaking one wood panel. and you'll never guess what happens to all but one of them.
There's like a guy off screen who's like, oh my god, they're here! So all the people in this dojo run outside, and before they can take 2 steps outside, they're all run out, just getting mowed down by machine guns again.
But the ones behind them keep running.
They keep running,
So
they keep getting mowed down.
Like, a guy walks out the door, gets shot, and another guy just runs out after him and gets shot. And that keeps happening until all but one of them are dead. And then the narrator, I think, says, and yet again, one survived.
And this guy is Daita.
This is Daita. He was my favourite, because he's the only one who has any characterisation in this episode.
And then we cut to horses. And at this point, I turned to Harri and I was like, are we going to see this 5 times?
And in the moment, I said yes, but I think what I'm really scared of, and I did the maths, is we're going to see this 250 times. There is a chance that every series might start like this, and it really scares me. Because...
So this is like Eagle's equestrian branch?
Well, 2 of them are on horses, everyone else is stood watching the 2 on horses, but it's not like a show. They're just going, oh look, those guys are on horses. Oh, we're all dead, no!
Yeah, how do they kill these ones, I think?
I think they just kept machine guns.
I think this is grenades and machine guns. So like, there are about 3 shots they filmed of the grenades exploding, and they used them throughout the episode constantly.
Oh yeah.
I think even in the snow, they cut to grenades just on non-snowy land.
Just in a ditch.
Just in a ditch. They were like, yeah, we'll fuck with that.
Because what I love is, because they're like doing it with pyrotechnics, there's clearly already a ditch there where they're allowed to set it off. So they're throwing a grenade into a bit of land that's damaged by a grenade, and then it just cuts to a pile of dead bodies.
So, yeah, the equestrian branch...
wiped down.
This time, a woman survives.
Yeah, so it's actually different.
It's different.
You were worried that they were going to reuse the same thing 5 times. Don't worry, it's only 4, because one time it was a girl who lived.
This is Peggy.
That's the name I remembered, because I liked that it was Peggy.
Peggy.
And this might not be true. I think she says 2 lines in this episode, and I don't think she says one in this scene. I think she says "cool bike."
Oh, I
get
know
him.
one of the lines she says, and I wrote that one down.
I wasn't good at following the subtitles, so I was too busy being baffled by all the visuals.
And then we cut to some birds in a cage.
I forgot that one of the teams was Bird Team.
This is the bird branch. But also, like, they're kind of in, like, this bunker, like, trench situation. I'm not really sure what this branch is up to.
Sorry, I just got to the bit of my notes. I remember what happens next.
And so obviously, the Black Cross Army attack, and it's this guy, this monster thing with a floppy snout.
You say monster, it's clearly a guy with a weird mask. Like, it's not... When you think of a Power Rangers monster, it's normally like a big suit, and they can't... No, he's just a guy in, like... more like the same outfit as the Power Rangers. But he's got a mask with a trunk, and the trunk is just blowing out green smoke, and he's just running through all the soldiers that are getting poisoned by the gas.
But he's all like, oh no!
But they're like running away the opposite direction to him, so that he's just running through the crowd, and he's not got a weapon. Like, it's not like he's holding a staff that's got gas. He's just so happy running through this flock of guys who fall around
green
him.
smoke, right? And it's not like, because he's running, the smoke is just going obviously directly behind this man. So the smoke is not even hitting these soldiers.
No.
But they're all dying.
It's also like clearly blowing into his own face and he can't see. So all the extras have to like intentionally dodge him because he's just a cloud running at them.
So this guy is Kenji.
So Kenji's the guy who survives.
Kenji survives. Not the.
I don't. Is there a reason that he survives? Like,
I think he just was nearby, but not close enough.
Okay. And
he was the only one who was nearby and not close enough. Everyone else.
Yeah, everyone else got caught in the very small green cloud around that guy's head.
So it's unclear if this is happening all the same day. If it's the same day, bad day for Eagle.
I think it must be, because as we're gonna learn, like, the survivors then sort of team up, but it's not like in the 5th one the other 4 come and recruit them, because that would be a narrative thing and we don't get to see that. We get to watch all of them die, and then we cut to the main villain, who is a member of the KKK. And I know that in a podcast like this you do little riffs. He's a man in a big triangle white hood and white robes with a burning cross behind him. Like, what else is he?
There's nothing else he could be.
And he's there. And what I love is he's like, and now we have to fight Eagle. I'm like, you've killed them.
Yeah, there's
You've
like
killed
5 of them
all
left.
but 5, because your team are so good at killing except 1 each time. They're like that soap that can only get rid of 99% of germs. But... yeah, so he's like doing this rousing speech after they've won.
Yeah.
Whereas this, but also, I was gonna say you can't start with that because it's too weird. It's weirder that they just start with a massacre from one side we don't know, massacring a side we don't know.
And some very interesting cinematography in this scene. So
It's a beautiful way to describe what's about to happen.
The camera is like in between the KKK man, the Grand Wizard,
Which is what he is.
and off behind the camera are like the 5 generals who have killed everyone.
Yeah.
And so the camera is just rotating between them on an axis, just spinning around, and it keeps getting faster and faster. And it's a blur. It was just like you see the KKK swing by, and you see the guy with the trunk, and then you see the guy who's just like a gold head.
I think his name is Goldface.
I think it's Goldface.
Spoiler alert, he'll be dead by the end of this week. By the end of episode 1, this guy's gone.
I think he's genuinely creepy, the gold mask.
He's
man.
great. I really liked him because he was horrible. Like, he's the right level of... If I was a kid, I'd be really freaked out by him.
Because it's like, imagine... It could so easily just be a man wearing a gold gimp mask with the mouth drawn on. Like,
yeah.
It's like a big red grin that goes like ear to ear and 2 red eyes.
Yeah.
But like the mouth goes in.
It's weird, right?
There's like depth to it. So I'm like, I don't like that.
It is kind of a face, but also it's the cheapest thing I've ever seen in the show. This is like Doctor Who Flux levels up. We bought a mascot for £3.
Literally.
So what I love about the spinning shot is, because it's going quite fast, quite quickly they show everyone. So they just keep spinning. They just show them again. Because it's quite a small group of bad guys.
I think you rotated like at least 10 times around that room.
It kept getting faster, but it started quite fast.
And then we just cut straight to a Power Ranger.
Yep.
Just the Blue Ranger is in a field firing some arrows. And not like Power Ranger arrows. There's like a bow.
He's just
a
he's
regular ass bow and arrow.
There's been no setup that Power Rangers exist or there's anything like this. So my first thought was like, oh, is this like an old team? No, there's no like X amount of months later or days later. It just is now.
Yeah.
And then
I imagine time has passed, but there's
must
nothing to indicate it has.
But maybe they were all... I don't know if we're meant to think that all of the people in the ice place were Blue Power Rangers and all but one died. Or because only one survived, he became a Blue Power Ranger. But then that can't be the case, because they would have turned into Power Rangers when they were getting shot
Yeah.
at. So, I don't know where they get their powers from, or how long it is, or what, or any... Because this is the thing. We watched the 5 massacres, but we don't get any plot. Like, it's such a weird... The most plot things happen in the first 2 minutes, and then it's like, oh, and then a series of television happens, and we're in the next 10 minutes of the episode. So blue guy's shooting arrows. Red guy rides up on the motorbike. He's also a Power Ranger now.
Yeah.
And just like, you're doing fucking sick, mate. Come to, what was it?
Snack gone.
Snack gone, yeah. Yeah, but that's the translation as well. Like, that's not the Japanese
It's
term.
snack G-O-N.
Snack G-O-N.
So like gone, like not G-O-N-E.
Yeah.
Let's see what it says.
I got snack S-N-A-C-K-G-O-N.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
So then he does Red guy does a motorbike tour of all the Rangers who are just out training, but... So, I want to talk about this, because I have no idea if they know each other.
Yeah.
Because they seem like they kind of do. Because they go to Snack Gone, which is a cafe that we'll talk about properly in a sec. But then the red one's like, and here's our secret base. And they're like, whoa. It's like, where did you... What do you know? Who are these people? What is happening?
So they don't know about the secret base, but they are the Power Rangers.
And they are all like in matching uniforms, but the colour's different. They know what they do. They know all their skills. They know what their eyes do, which will come up later. but like, what's happening? And it was such a like, oh, this is meant for kids, where it's like, you don't need to know. And I think that's actually kind of great storytelling. If you're like, oh, the people who were at the massacres are now Power Rangers. You don't need to know that. You don't need to see or know or do anything. So it's like, the first episode of a Power Ranger series, they might not even turn into Power Rangers.
Yeah.
It's just like set up. This is like, fuck you, it happened off camera. Shut up and sit down. It's like, okay.
There's a great moment where the Red Ranger recruits the Pink Ranger to come to Snack Gone, and her training exercise that she's doing is she's throwing her earrings. So her helmet has heart-shaped earrings, and she can take them off and throw them as grenades, which is so cunty.
But that means she's just grenading a field. Because she's like, because she's got... This was confusing, because they're all doing training on like these paper targets, but her paper targets are on motorbikes coming at her, but also they might just be people, but they're not the bad guys, and there's no one left in Eagle, so who is she throwing grenades at? But who cares, we're on the next scene now, it doesn't matter.
There's a great thing at the end of every segment as well, that like he goes to the Ranger and like, you're doing great, come to Snack Gone, by putting like a sticker on everyone's weapon or whatever they're training.
Yeah, it's like in a place where they're gonna see it.
Yeah, but then, so they look at the thing, and then they turn around, and there's a jump cut, and now they're just not in Ranger form anymore.
Yeah, they're just back to being in normal clothes.
Yeah, and there's a bit where the Red Ranger is driving off down the road in his Red Ranger costume.
On a motorbike.
On a motorbike, and there's a close-up of this Red Ranger helmet, and and shoulders.
Yeah, torso.
Red Ranger torso and helmet. He turns around and becomes just the guy.
And then he's still on the motorbike driving.
He cuts to a wide and he's still driving the motorbike.
So he, on his motorbike, spun 360 degrees. What is this show? I love it so much already. Also, I can't remember which ranger, the way he gives them the note is just by putting it on a dog that's next to them. Because the best one is the green guy's doing his weapon is boomerang.
Yeah.
He throws the boomerang, hits the targets, catches it, and the red guy's like, "You're doing sick." And then he looks, and the note's on the boomerang, so he got it on there while it was in midair. Like, that's awesome. And the other was like, the dog has it. I don't know.
Was that with Pink? Maybe.
I think because no, it was
she was just blowing stuff up. So what was it?
It was the third one because I thought the dog was called Snack Gon because I missed the first two Snack Gons because I was taking notes.
So we go to Snack Gon.
And I think Snack Gon is going to be... So,
it is the most...
We're introducing Power Rangers terms into it, but it's the juice bar for this series. It's like where they hang out, but it's not necessarily like a superhero base. There's like other people just at the cafe.
I will say, it is the most like... I wouldn't call it set design, because design is not in that nature of what the set is. It is a set. It is...
yes.
It's like 3 grey walls, counter... and maybe nothing else.
Have you seen that sketch of the guy who's at a house showing and everything's made of paper? He just keeps putting his hands through everything. It looks like that of like... Because there's a bit where he cooks the chef guy cooks a curry and like every cupboard behind him, it just looks like you could just walk through them. It's like...
It's a printout of...
Yeah, exactly. It's like you took 2 minutes to make that.
And it's... Yeah, so the Yellow Ranger, Dieter, is in there and he orders 4 curries.
And the chef is like, "Hey, dude."
He's like, "I can give you 2. That's all you can handle." He's like, "Give me 4 curries." And there's an extended sequence where it's cut in between Dieter and the chef just looking at each other as Dieter's eating all these curries. And I'm like, this is going on for far too long.
So, I don't think I'm exaggerating by saying it's over 30 seconds, probably just under a minute. Between him going, "I want 4 curries," and him finishing eating the curries. Bearing in mind, we don't see them become Power Rangers, but we get a minute of curry.
And then Peggy comes in, and there are 2 other women in the cafe. Great representation.
No, there's 3 other women. Because there's a woman when they come in, then there's 2 women sat at the table.
And then Peggy comes in.
in. Which, in fairness, is 3 more women than I thought we were going to get in the show.
A child comes out of a door, which I don't think is the same door they entered through.
Yeah, it's just it's like opposite end of the cafe.
And it's just like, "Hi, Peggy." And Peggy's like, "Oh, hi, child. Here's your allowance." And the child leaves.
Not in the show again. I am so excited for him to not be in the last episode. We never find out who that kid is. Because we're not watching this show properly.
Because, like, why is the child there? Does the child live there? Does Peggy live there? Does Peggy know the child? Who wants... Surely a Sen or something, right?
I mean, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
It was such a...
It might pay off in the finale.
It really felt like we missed... Like, the massacring stuff felt like the start of the first episode. This felt like we've had our opening 2-parter. This is now episode 3. We kind of have things set up. But no, this is episode 1. Like, we're just in it. And it's such a... And I think this is what Sentai is going to be the whole time, of just like, you'll get it.
Yeah.
Because I think... So, we've watched a series called Tokija together, which is the train one, which rules. That one's kind of a bit more like, here's what's going on, and here's what's happening. But still also like, fuck you, there's a guy with a puppet, we'll never explain it. But this is so just... Which I wasn't expecting from the first series, just figure it out. We're doing something, we know what we're doing, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
And I really genuinely found that so much fun. Because, they then, and this is great, they take a lift down to a secret layer.
So 3 of the Gorengers are in there.
Oh, yeah. So, orange, green, and pink are there.
Yellow,
not orange, yes.
Yeah. Yellow, green, and pink are in there. Red comes in, he's like, "Hey, guys, you got my message? You got my message?"
That he gave them in person. That he watched them get.
And then he takes them to a lift. And they go down the lift into like some weird service tunnels. They walk through that. They go into another lift.
That's what I was going to say about there's 2 lifts.
And then they go down that one. And they open the door. And then a cowboy, perhaps.
Yeah, because I think quite a common thing in Sentai is that the gimmick for one of the characters is the American.
Yeah.
But still like a Japanese man playing a Japanese man. But his gimmick is that he's like American. There's one coming up in 47 years, where one of the Rangers is his morpher is a burger.
Yes.
Because he's the cowboy American Ranger and he rules. I'm so excited. But we'll probably never fucking see him because he will probably show up halfway through. Also, while they're in the lift, they have the very fun chat of, hey, what lamp is never lit? And this comes up throughout the rest of the episode. So, yeah, Green says that to Yellow.
Yeah.
And Yellow is like, what do you mean, what lamp can't you light? And he's getting really frustrated. And, like, his running thing for the rest of the episode is him trying to figure out this joke. Cutting to it, the punchline is a trump, which I'm guessing is a pun in Japanese that doesn't translate to English. But I love that that's genuinely... He is the character that has the most lines because he just keeps bringing it up because no one says anything other than, like, yeah. That's, like, most of the dialogue.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah. So then...
Yeah, the cowboy is the Blue Ranger.
Oh, yeah,
who's
Cowboy's
in
the Blue Ranger.
the secret base.
Yeah, because there's a whole thing where in the cafe they're like, hey, aren't we one short? And the Brennan's like, hey, don't even worry about it. It's like, yeah, because he's just already there. But he's like the cool loner.
He's the cool loner.
Because I don't think you understand, he's a cool loner because he watched all his friends die. And then so did the other four. And they have no trauma at all. They don't reference the deaths at any point. It never comes up that they've all watched all their friends die. Which is a great shared character trait. So, in the base, there's like a big, very 70s looking computer.
Oh, it's so 70s.
It's all like lights and wires. It's not a screen.
Beeping and booping like
it's making so many noises.
A TARDIS.
It's like the TARDIS computer if you're like, oh, this is what an alien would think is a computer.
Yeah.
But then a voice comes out. It's like, I am the leader of the Gorengers, and you will fight Goldface because he's at the gunpowder factory with a bus full of kindergartners, which is amazing for episode 1. We don't know what the bad guys want.
No.
They wanted Eagle dead. Eagle's dead, so great, get a bus full of kids and take it to, as the sign says, Japan's gunpowder factory.
The one. It's the one.
Yeah,
and they've taken all the kids there.
3 words, Japan gunpowder factory. I love this show so much.
Because now they've killed Eagle, right? They've got rid of the military. They're like, let's just have some fun. Let's just kill some kids.
It's
like, what are we doing?
They went to Goldface, like, hey, what do you want to do? He's like, I have the best idea. I hate 2 things in this world. Kids and gunpowder. I'm taking them out in one go.
And there's a teacher. So, look, I don't know the logistics of how the Black Cross Army have got this bus full of kids to the gunpowder factory and somehow taken the teacher off board. And the teacher is outside being like, no, come back!
Save the kids!
And they just ram a gun into her chest and like,
knock her out.
Leave her for dead on the floor.
But also, I was like, oh, we're gonna get like a couple of kids. The bus is like packed to the brim.
And they're all banging the windows
just
like
screaming, crying children. It was genuinely like kind of harrowing to watch because it's so stupid and over the top. But also, you are watching. Genuinely, it's probably about 30 kids screaming. And they've, like, the thing with kid actors is you just tell them, like, you are on a bus that's going to explode and they can pretend really well. And it's just really upsetting to watch. But then a bunch of, like, riot police come running and they just get machine gunned to death. Which seems to be a running thing. Because the thing, like, in Power Rangers, the police might show up and then the monster will, like, throw a car near them. And then it's like, the police can't take them. In this, they just kill all the police. So then the Power Rangers show up like, there's no police here. And there's just bodies everywhere.
They love having wide shots of just bodies.
Yeah.
They love that.
They must... I don't know how they can afford all these extras. Because even if they give them, like, £1 each, they've killed so many. But they kill him so fast, like, we'll probably see him next week, just get mowed down again.
They'll use the same footage.
Oh, yeah.
They've got the grenade shots, they've got the bodies.
If every episode takes place in Japan's gunpowder factory... well, they can't, because, spoiler alert, they blow it up by the end. But,
So, how do the Gorengers... Oh, you go.
So, because the Gorengers have fun vehicles.
Yeah.
So, the red one has a motorbike. I think green and yellow share like a Wallace and Gromit bike. No, green and pink. So the Pink Ranger just sat in a sidecar.
Just having the best time of their life.
And then blue and orange are in a, I'm going to say Quinjet size, but helicopter blade powered plane. So there's like 3 of them on the road, and then this massive, like, and I reckon...
Kind of like a Chinook, but like if the rotors of the Chinook were not that way, if they were sideways instead of front
they're like
back.
down. It's so
there's some up, some down.
And like, it obviously
wheels.
isn't going to work, but it's so funny that it's like, yeah, 2 motorbikes and the biggest, like, future plane. And I reckon that might turn into a big robot at some point, who's to say? But, yeah, they just, like... So the guys on the motorbikes get there, and are like, what are we going to do? We can't get in, because the door's locked. It's like, oh yeah, we have the massive plane. And then the massive plane does it all.
Would you like to know the name of the massive plane?
Absolutely, I think it's going to be great.
The name of the plane... Something Spain. I don't think it is that fun, but it's, a bit of...
It's just, I want to keep track of names like this.
Varibloon.
Varibloon. Varibloon sounds like if I had to come up with a fake name on the spot.
In Japanese, Varibaroon. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Varibloon, yeah.
Amazing.
It weighs 84 tons.
Why do we go with this?
There you go, Mach 0.98. It's 42 metres long.
0.98, just say Mach 1. What is the 0.02 difference?
Any other fun facts about Varibloon? No, nothing else.
I mean,
It's got a toy.
A fun fact about it...
Do you want the Varibloon?
Oh, that's actually...
You kind of want the Varibloon.
I kind of do. Because it's like a white plane with flames on it. It's like...
It's like in the early 2000s where, like, everything had, like, flame...
Oh, it looks like a Razor scooter if they made a plane, if they made a propeller plane. So they can't get into the warehouse. They try breaking down the door. So then the command... Bearing in mind, this is a gunpowder factory with a bus full of kids and there's a bomb on the bus, which is a bit extra. He radios the plane and says, and I wrote this down, blow up the warehouse. And they go, what? And he's like, well, we can't open the door.
So just blow it up.
But the action they do to the command blow up the warehouse is they drop out like a little grabby arm that punches a hole very slowly, like on like a yo-yo style.
Yeah,
rope.
what's interesting is like the physics, right? I mean, we can't get the physics all the time.
I think there's a lot coming up that we might the physics might not be able
like
to
surely
explain.
To punch through like that grabber has to be so heavy.
Try and imagine you're holding a yo-yo and you're trying to break a table. So you just drop the yo-yo on it and it'll just bounce up and down until it breaks through.
It needs to be like weighted to fuck.
And you need to be like continually pushing it. You don't just drop it and it just happens to bounce its way through. But luckily this grabby hand can also pick up the bus. And look, this is 1975. The model work's gonna get better. It is clearly like, I think the model bus they use is maybe an inch inside. It's this tiny, barely painted model bus. And we cut to just a bunch of kids going like, ah, and then it cuts back to just it like dangling on a string.
Yeah, it looks like a build your own bus kit.
Yeah.
But they didn't do the painting bit. They just put it together like that. And the problem with buses, they have windows. And you can't see the kids inside. And
whereas this is clearly like die-cast steel.
I actually wrote down in my notes that the model work is quite impressive.
It's pretty good.
I don't think there's any VFX in this episode.
No. Well, I think I'll argue that there's no VFX available for this crew right now.
Was doing stuff.
Oh, and boy, was it trying.
It was trying, but this is entirely practical.
I'm so interested in what the budget would have been for this. Because it's like cheap, but they're doing a lot. So it's like over 50 episodes. It's probably just like a decent budget really spread out.
Because like so the warehouse blown up and all the eagle branches exploded. They were all model shots. Yeah. Of buildings. And, it's 1925, so are they convincing? No. But would they have been... you can suspend your disbelief for it enough.
It works.
Yeah.
And it's for children. Like, this is a show aimed at like 8-year-olds. They don't care.
And the TV's like, we're watching it in like they've restored this as HD Blu-ray releases. They were not watching it like this.
No.
They could not see most of it.
Because I think I'm interested. I reckon we're going to get progressively much better model work, and then it's going to swap to CGI and be horrific again.
Yeah, then we're going to have to go through that scale.
So we're going to have like 2 sliding scales, and right now it's like, hey, they're trying. And boy, do we love them for it.
Because there's nothing else they could do.
Yeah, like you can't CGI this, and you also can't get a bus full of kids and bring it through the roof of a warehouse as it explodes.
What I fear is, I mean, we may not see this because we're watching episode 1s, but as the series goes on, there's going to be a lot of people just reacting to stuff off screen.
Oh,
and being like, oh my god, that building exploded! And cut to just something rubble.
I don't know, because it was a building exploded in this, it looked like a man punched through a paper building, and they green screened out the punch. It was awesome. Okay, so then they've saved the kids. Well done team. And then only Red chases after Goldface.
Yes, I don't know where the others are or what they're up to at this point.
It feels like, you know the bit in Star Wars where Han Solo chases a bunch of stormtroopers, then they just turn around? It's like that, and he's like, oh my god, I'm outnumbered, I'm gonna die. Then all the Rangers show up, and there's a fight. I just want to talk about their weapons and how...
Okay.
So, the way they get their... So, ideally, I think you should look up what the costumes look like, because all the helmets have, like, big visors for eyes.
Yeah. And, like, this is before they've perfected how to make these suits. They are like cloth. They're not spandex.
Yeah,
they're like
it looks
baggy
like
cloth.
The Daredevil suits, like those kind of big capes, and they're just like motorbike suits that are a bit fabricy.
They have pop collars.
I loved the suit. I thought they were really fun.
And even the visors have like holes punched in them. It's not like a...
It looks like you could kind of push them and it would go in. But
like if you get closer to it, you can see the person inside. You can look at their eyes.
You know, like the Green Goblin mask in Spider-Man 1, where you can see his mouth and his eyes in it? It's kind of that, but this is 1975, so they had no excuse. So they get their weapons by... They put their hands on the visors, and then there's a hard cut to them holding a second visor. And then there's a hard cut to the visor becoming a weapon.
Not visor-shaped weapon.
No.
It's a completely different weapon.
So the way we saw it, the Red Ranger grabs the front of his mask, pulls it off, and then is just holding a whip. It's so intense. It's not even the same colour. Like, the visor's black and he's holding a white whip.
And what does he do with the whip?
I can't remember.
He wraps it around the neck of a foot soldier.
Oh, yeah!
And just throws the guy away.
Throws him by his neck on a rope. This show is so good. I'm so interested in if there are going to be any kind of censorships that start coming in.
I know, right?
Because this is wild.
So then the other 4, Blue takes off his visor and he gains...
A full bow.
A full bow and arrow.
Again, not Power Rangers-y themed, not like over the top, just a bow and like quiver. Green gets his boomerang.
Which is, to be fair, the shape of his visor.
He has a boomerang-shaped visor. I think that's really cool. Yeah.
And then Yellow steps forward and we're like, okay, he's gonna take out his visor, and he just like does a karate pose.
He just goes, yeah.
And then Pink, we're like, okay, Pink, come on, Pink, you can do this. And she does a karate pose as well.
And in this moment, I was like, it's really funny that they don't have one. They do, they just get it out a bit later. But it's not like at all hope's lost, then they pull it out. They just wait a bit.
They're like, not
just don't cut to them doing a pose there. Just do blue and green and then do... It's so
weird.
Because I was like, oh, of course, the woman's not got one. I'm like, what's the yellow one not got one? If it's a gender... No, but they just have them.
Yeah. What did Yellow have?
Yellow's was, I think... I know that I'm wrong, but in my head it's a brick. I don't think it is. But in my memory, takes off his visor and just throws the visor, but it's not that.
So Blue is doing his archery, and every time he shoots the arrow, he goes, archery! In English.
In English, yeah. It's like... Because, the subtitles kept archery, but he just goes, archery! And just shoots at people. Because Green, I think, says something in Japanese that doesn't really translate, but it's just archery.
And then Pink has my favourite weapon of all. She takes off her visor, and the visor becomes a heart-shaped compact mirror. And it's called Momo Mirror. Momo meaning pink. This is Pink Mirror.
It's Pink Mirror.
And she shines it at the camera, and this gold mask villain guy is sort of like writhing around as the screen flashes in like white bursts.
It's like she's got like a strobe box. But it was because I was like, well, she was practicing with grenades earlier. Surely, no, she's got a mirror.
Just like, oh.
She just shines it in his eyes and he gets a bit annoyed. And then, okay, I'm just going to explain like a classic Power Rangers thing is they've all got weapons, then you put the weapons together and it makes a big gun, then you shoot them with the big gun. It doesn't always happen, it normally does. So then they're running after Goldface and they stop and they're like, I can't remember what it's called, but they're like, we've got to use the go whatever.
Is it Gorenger Storm?
Yeah, it's like, we got to do the Gorenger Storm. I'm like, great, they're all going to do something together and kill him. And they do, but what they do is they get out a normal football that's not themed, there's no colour, it's just a white football.
It's not even like a new football. It's like one they found.
Yeah, it looks like the one from the start that got stabbed, which is set up in a way. They then kick it, so they all have a go at kicking it. And then the red one, like, kicks it down. And so you'd expect it to be... So obviously there's no visual effects, so they're just kicking a football. I think this is intentionally funny. It hits him in the head, there's a beat, and then he explodes. It's not like the ball hits him and it explodes. He, like, gets hit in the head by a football, goes, ow, and then explodes. And, because they're not doing Megazords yet, he's dead forever.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
He's just gone. And it cuts to the KKK guy being like, damn it, I lost Goldface. Because, like, I think it's Mystic Force. The Megazords, one of them turns into a ball, and they pass it back and forth, but it like gets charged up, and then it becomes this like flame fireball that explodes. He just gets hit in the head by a football and dies.
See, I knew they did the Gorenger Storm. I've heard about it before. I didn't anticipate it being just a football. I thought it was like a prop.
And it's like a 70s football as well, so it's soft.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like it would... I don't want it to get kicked in my head, but I don't think it would even knock me down. It would just be like, oh, that sucks.
I wish when he got bonked on the head by the football, it had that football kick sound, like the
like thump,
yeah,
like the dodgeball,
yeah,
like slam. But yeah, there's no sound effect; it bonks him and he explodes.
And then he falls back and explodes with like the harshest jump cut I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, and the camera moves significantly.
They came back an hour later and filmed the rest of it. Like,
the interesting thing about this is like this is the first time they'd done it. And it's gonna get so much better, but right now it's got like student film energy. Yeah. Like, it's so rough. And then episode's done.
Yeah, they ride away in their bikes, and there's a narration about like, oh, the team have assembled, and this is the beginning of their journey.
Yeah. And then we get the outro theme, which is also awesome.
Which they also play over the first battle.
And, so yeah, the music is just going like, subtitled, in English and Japanese, and it's the same, because it's not words. Yeah.
And the end credits, over time, will get more fun. This is just people fighting.
Well, what I loved about this, because I was like, that Goldface fight was short. The end credits just different shots of them beating him up. So it's like, oh, that villain we killed, what if we hit him a bit more? And like, I don't know if this is kind of against the rules. We got a next week on, and the villain's plan. So we've had first plan, murder all of our enemies.
Yes.
Plan 2, bus full of kids in a gunpowder factory. Plan 3, turn the earth into sand. What is the deal? What could they be wanting to do other than be shitty? Like, they're just being pranked.
Now they're just being really annoying.
It's got such a... Whoever gets picked to do the plan can do literally whatever the hell they want. And they're not like a shared group with the same goal. It's like, hey, what do you want to do? Sand?
Sand!
Cool.
I love sand!
Well, it's his week, I guess. We got to put all our resources into sand. Sent out the gimps with machine guns. We're turning this baby into sand. And that was that.
That's the end of the episode.
And that's the end of the episode. I'm so excited. I feel so good about this project now, because this is the first one. Because I think we're going to get a bit of a bell curve of, like, it might get a bit more normal when they get into the run of things.
Yeah.
But then oh, we've been doing this for X amount of years, we've run out of ideas, let's get weird with it. But what a start.
What a start.
Just starting with a bunch of footballers getting massacred. And it's like, fuck you, you're watching Sentai.
So we've done episode 1. We're going to watch the next episode. Well, not the next episode. The finale.
We're watching the finale. So I think we'll wrap this up, then we'll do a bit of predictions in the next one, and then we'll watch it.
Sure.
We've been the Scent Guys. Keep your scent eyes open for more.
I love that.
I don't love it that much.